Trash to Cash Podcast, episode 47. I'm Dave, the NC Picker. With me, as always, is Carrie, American Arbitrage, and Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker. How's it going, guys?
Already.
Are you tired of that joke?
He's tired. He's tuckered. He's been under the tree all day.
I haven't
He's got his little
under
dog,
the tree
though.
Once today. Not once.
He's got his little dog in his hand,
I know,
and you know,
yeah.
I can't help but think of like Dr. Evil holding the little Mr.
Exactly.
Bigglesworth.
How much money
know
do you
why that
make,
came to
Kevin?
mind.
$1 million.
I got a comment. So someone bought stuff for me on eBay, and they said, "Hey Dave, I love most of your content. I watch your cooking, your NC Picker, your NC Flipper, but I can't watch the Trash to Cash podcast because you're too mean to Kevin."
Oh, wow.
And I wrote her back, and I said, "Sucks for you."
Yeah, that's a big mistake. It's a big mistake to watch our podcast in general. I do want to mention this.
The guy doesn't even know how to mute when he coughs.
I tried to hit it.
This is a professional podcast, Kevin. Mute.
Yeah.
On the left, bottom left. Of
Headphone warning.
Yeah,
I thought
exactly.
I hit it.
Just press your Palm
Jeez.
Pilot on the left. You should be fine. But
Guys,
yeah,
if
no,
that
I've had
earbud-
several people this week say they like me better than you and Kevin. Dave and Kevin. On my YouTube channel, they're like, I'm starting to like you more than Dave and Kevin. So that made me feel good because I've worked so hard to be better than both of you.
Probably like 12.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Twitter
mean, dude,
fans.
but you're burning fast, right? You're going to burn out even quicker.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
I've been getting a lot of Dave
slowly
comments.
to burn out fast.
You're getting a lot of Dave comments. Well, that's because
I
you
am.
keep being in my videos. Are they finding you from me?
Because I think wait, are they finding me from you? I think it's
Well,
because
a lot
you
of
keep
my
putting
videos
my
are
name in
like,
your
yeah.
titles. I think
Yeah.
it's probably
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, they didn't.
I
She
look
didn't
up
fall for me
Commonwealth
and the
Pickers.
Commonwealth Pickers.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Those are
I
killing
keep
it, man.
typing
Those
in
are killing it.
Commonwealth Picker, to add videos, to link videos
Yeah.
to the end of my videos, and half of them popping up are yours.
Oh,
You
man.
got your title in it.
Did you enjoy wasting 30 minutes of your time with Commonwealth? Why don't you waste another 17 with Dave?
Very good. All right, so I got to ask before we get deeper into
I'm ready.
reselling, because
I'm
I
ready.
got some reselling content
Yeah.
here.
Why bother?
Why did you release a secret video on your Shorts channel?
Yeah, why'd you do that? 70 people watched it, by the way. That's not
Yeah,
that
let's
many.
talk about that. So, in that video, I had offended a bunch of people in my comments. I released it on my Picker channel, and I got a lot of angry comments about something I said in it. And so I took it down pretty quickly, and I re-edited it, and I was like, I don't want to put it back on my Picker channel, so I threw it on my Shorts channel in case anyone wanted to see it. As far as what I said, it wasn't really offensive. I just said I didn't really want to buy that after I bought something. I said it to Carrie.
Why would you say
And
that? though?
They said it was rude because
was.
I could hurt the lady's feelings who I brought it from, which I think they were right, and I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so I took it down. And it wasn't that I
Messed up.
didn't. It was a good buy. It was a profitable buy. I just was like
Debatable.
telling Carrie that same day I want to stop buying DVDs, and it was literally a DVD buy. And so I was like, I had to tell Carrie, just because I wanted to impress Carrie, like, hey, I didn't really want to buy them, but I really loved
Did she
buying them.
hear this?
Well, no, but she was a viewer, so she might come and watch the video and see that I said I didn't really want them to carry, even though I'm going to make like $80 on the buy, so it was a great buy, but I did say that, and I didn't want to hurt her feelings because it wasn't the case, and in all honesty, she listens to the podcast too, so she's going to hear this now, but at least I can give some context.
Apologize.
Well, I
to
can
her.
give some context to the fact that, like, me and Carrie had just been talking about how I was selling too many DVDs that week, and then I go and buy DVDs. So I was, just trying to...
Context doesn't make
It's
you
like-
not a bad person, though, Dave.
No, it's like when you tell someone, yeah, I'm going on a diet while you're eating, like, some
Oh,
Oreos.
those are when I talk about going on the diet the most, is when I'm eating popcorn or pizza. I'm like, I really need to go on this diet, but after I'm finished with this food.
Carrie, I'm not going to buy any DVDs anymore. I know I just bought those, but I didn't want them. Yes, I got them.
You're an addict.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
yeah.
I think that if she listens to this podcast, she's not the kind of person that's going to get offended. People that listen,
I don't think so either,
people that
but a
get
lot of the
offended don't
commenters,
listen
yeah.
to this podcast.
Do you want to know, Kevin, the real reason I took it down is because my mom called me, and she said, Dave, that was mean what you said. You need to take your video down.
Really?
And you don't say no to your mom, okay?
That's
I'm
true.
sorry, but if your mom tells you to do something, you do it.
I had,
and so I took it
in
down.
3 years, I had one video that I took down, and I cut out a portion, and I put it right back up. One
You
time,
just took
3
out the
years.
nudity.
Well,
and
that's
put
what
it
I
back
did.
up?
That's what I did. I took that out and figured I could explain it on the Trash to Cash. She listens to this and she would understand. I saw her again this weekend. She's super sweet. I think I bought some video games from her. It's very nice.
So
She's at
how
the flea
do
market,
you
like, every
feel
Saturday.
that video could have made you hundreds of dollars and now it's going to make like $12?
I do not make hundreds on my videos.
Oh, it's not going to
yet,
make anything
Kevin. I'm
on
not
a
like
shorts
you.
channel. It's not monetized, right? Those are hard to monetize.
Maybe if it blew up, maybe.
Oh, it might,
but no.
it might get. See, that's what I thought the
It
reason
could blow up,
was,
yeah.
Dave. Is I thought you actually
That was a ancillary
to get the
benefit.
That's what I
don't
did
know
in my
what
shorts
ancillary
channel.
means.
And of course you do.
So
3 degrees.
No, I
you
mean
don't know
that's
it.
exactly right, Kevin. It was because of you. You said, Dave, you should upload some full length stuff to your shorts channel. I was like, yeah, I'll put this over there.
Picks. I did a golf course pick, and then a private pick of 8 tracks, and I got 10,000 views on one and 14,000 views on the other, and the channel was monetized in a second.
It's not about the numbers, though, guys. Come on.
Well, and I figured, like, if 2,000 people watched it on my NC Picker, and if I go upload it again, they're going to be like, I already saw this. Like, I just felt like that was maybe annoying, so I just put it on the shorts. The benefit of helping it, it's got like 48 watch hours,
The good
so
part,
I've got a long
Dave,
way
is
to go.
your videos are annoying anyway, so it doesn't.
That's true. That's a valid point. I did make a TikTok right before the show just of you, Kevin, and me saying, "Have you ever had anyone?" No, but it was like the one where I said, "Has anyone that handsome ever offered you that much?"
It's never.
I do remember that.
It's never not annoying when somebody in our age bracket, me and Dave, not you, Kevin, you're much older, talks about making a TikTok in any capacity. It's weird and it's annoying. We shouldn't be doing it.
I said da bomb. I said da bomb.
Oh my gosh, dude!
In a video
that's so
that
sus.
That's awesome, man.
I immediately thought
that's lit AF, bro. Lit AF.
Saying this. Jeez.
Dude, I got some weird news today, and like I don't even know how to handle it. So, it's most of what I'm feeling is joy and delight.
You get
But
fired.
I'm also like No, I didn't get fired.
That would be joy and delight.
Yeah.
But they canceled my trip to Amsterdam
Ooh, wow.
today.
Are you serious?
And I'm supposed to leave tomorrow.
Dude,
I'm 100%
Are you gonna
serious.
fly out to Vegas
Wow.
I'm just like
Boss
I'm like,
Reseller
okay.
Remix.
It's
is
like
coming
now?
it's like
Let's do it.
no, it's like budget related and stuff. And I had a fully refundable ticket, and it's near the end of the year and downturn and all that crap. And so I'm out as of today, and I'm just like, okay. I'm like sort of. My bag is literally packed. I literally recorded like a 5-minute segment. Hey guys, I'm pulling my last orders before I go to Amsterdam. And so now, like on my Flipper channel, I'm just gonna record tomorrow night and be like, hey guys, I'm still here.
Are you able to cancel your reservations at the weed shops in the red light district?
Yeah, those were all cancelable.
the
No money
Royale with
down, no.
cheese.
Yeah, it was like I'm actually like super pleased, and I think it does put the Uncle Mark's garage sale
Yeah, back on,
on
the
my
map. And I
calendar.
tell you, I got
Yeah.
some, and I actually sent, I got some inquiries from some other YouTubers that might, bigger names than Dave, of course,
Doesn't take
so we
much,
could,
yeah.
no, I'm kidding.
Bear Grylls.
I think
We
no.
might
I
be
mean, I think
fun.
honestly, like the fact that I can't connect with the people from my work that I was supposed to connect with in Amsterdam, I really kind of have to go to North Carolina next week. So
Come
I
on.
think I'm gonna go like Thursday. You said you have
Yeah.
a place, maybe
Yeah.
talk about that
I'll
after the
put you
show.
up,
But
yeah.
I'll stay there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, do your thing, and then I'm gonna also stay for the first half of next week because I just got to do some work in North
There you
Carolina. So. Yeah, I
There
mean,
you
I don't
go.
know. It's just weird. I'm like, I hate flying. So the fact that I just got like a reprieve is very. I've been racing all weekend, and then it's just like burden off my
But,
shoulders.
yeah,
I'm
I was
like,
going to say, and you've got so much done that you had to get done.
I got
right?
so much
You
done.
got videos edited to here.
I've got videos till October. I've got cooking videos till October. I've got everything like shipped. Everything. Yeah.
Well,
it's
maybe
crazy.
you should enjoy a little time off there
I
before you
know,
come
I
up
know.
here
Look at
to
you.
Uncle Mark's Garage Sale, which is
Well, I
over
still
there on
gotta do my
Garage Sale
day job.
Nation, Facebook, GarageSaleNation.net. Eventbrite, check my Linktree. All right, there you go.
They still want me to do work this week, so I have to go like
Yeah,
clock in
well,
tomorrow. But
yeah.
at least I don't have to go freaking 10 hours on a flight.
That's
so.
awesome, dude. That's really cool. And now I
it's
get to see it.
weird,
Now,
but-
Carrie, you come out, we'll do a podcast live.
I know that'll
Right
be
there.
easy, man.
That'll be easy.
I've
I'm
already
sure that's
rested
what
up
you
from
want
the
to do.
drift.
That's
Let's
exactly
go. We'll
what
take
you
the
wanna
Honda
do.
back out on the road.
Yeah, definitely drive. Definitely drive.
No, we hate flying. Dawn was saying that earlier that she was like thinking about you having to fly to Amsterdam. She's like, I couldn't do it. I'd be crying right now. And I'm like, Dave
Dude,
doesn't like
talk
it either.
about- I hate it too. And you know what even makes it worse? I go over to my mom's house for dinner tonight, right? And I tell my mom, I said, Mom, I just found out I'm not going to Amsterdam. She's like, oh, thank goodness. I really didn't want you to go. I'm convinced your plane was going to crash.
Dude.
And then my sister comes over like 20 minutes later, and she's like, I had to see you, because, I invited her to the movies this week to go see Jaws 3D, and she couldn't come. And she's like, I was so upset that I didn't go see Jaws with you because I really feel like your plane's going to crash.
Oh, man.
I was like, well, I'm not going, thank
You gotta
goodness.
tell your mom that by the laws of Final Destination, if that plane does in fact crash, you're still going to have to worry about stuff like a plank coming through your window when you drive, a roller coaster mishap, maybe something with Baja Blast that we don't know about.
Choking on Baja Blast, I think, is what it is. Or caffeine heart explosion. Something
So
along those lines.
had you already put your store on vacation?
No, because Tina was going to ship for me. I've been training her all week.
Well,
yeah,
who was
I've been
going to do the
training her all week.
videos? What if a viewer bought something?
I was just going to vlog.
He was going to
vlog in
travel
Amsterdam.
vlog. He was going to do
A lot of people wanted
school.
Amsterdam content, so they're
Yeah.
going to be disappointed when I come back and I'm like,
see
"Hello."
Matt, Part-Time Pickers? He would be like in Disneyland. I think I saw him at California Adventure one time doing a what sold video. He just had it pulled up on his phone. He was
funny.
live, and then he'd put up, "Hey, I sold this," and then it would pop up. That's pretty good. I like
That's
that.
pretty good, yeah. Well, anyways, I'm here, guys. I'm here to stay.
I know
Unfortunately,
you weren't looking forward to that, so that's good.
Well,
news.
this is going to be the last 2 weeks of this podcast after the guest that I hear you two talking about wanting to come on, and Dave and Ken. When you let the kids make plans when you're away, take a couple days off.
No, we're thoroughly
You've
getting
destroyed
canceled.
the podcast.
There's 100% chance that
2
podcast-
That's not
episodes
till
is
next
all
week,
this
though.
week. This
That's
two,
not-
two weeks and we're done.
We
And
can't
that's
tease
awesome
it too
for me.
much. We can't tease it too much. We can't let you know who it is.
Well,
But it's going to be better than Kevin thinks. He's
Yeah.
going to have to
Whoa.
see. He's not. Listen, I will say this. So a lot of you aren't going to show up because Kevin's not going to be on it because he's got plans.
I don't
but
know.
I'm telling
I think-
you, it's entertaining.
I think actually people will show up. Now they're not going to like it, but they're
They
going
might.
to show up
They
and
might.
then they're going to unsubscribe. Hey, speaking of, I got some
Listen.
unsubscribers today, but go ahead, keep going.
Unsubscribers? What does that mean?
I got people
Like-
unsubscribed from it. It's like your video, you took it down.
I'll give you
Well,
guys-
I did something a little risque today. Well, I didn't. But
I saw
put in
your
a picture.
thumbnail. Yeah,
Let
I
me
saw
tell
your
you.
thumbnail.
Whew, I saw the unsubscribe.
But there
went
was no
up.
nudity or anything.
No,
it was
but
just
I
a little.
wouldn't
It was like a pinup, right?
But
Like a
I
pinup
looked
girl.
at it because I'm like, I want to see. And normally there's, it goes up and down a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it starts to climb. Well, it went up and it went down, and then it went up.
Commonwealth perv.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Commonwealth
Let me tell
pervert.
you, it's pretty funny. I don't know if you watched the video. It's unlikely, but if you did, that guy actually offered off camera. I didn't have my camera on. He's like, "Hey, I got this stuff back here, and just box of porn." He's like, "And I don't want to sell it here. You just take it on out of here." I'm like, "I'm not taking it, dude. I'm not taking
Yeah.
it.
He
Sorry."
took it.
And then
Where are you
later
gonna put it?
on
In the cabin?
video-
Stacks.
like, dude,
It's the
no.
new
It
cabin.
would have been
I'm like-
perfect, like underneath the Noid. No one would have known, but you got to find
I don't
something.
know
Kevin's
what it
new
was.
cabin, sponsored by Adam and
Yeah.
Eve.
Mhm. But I mean, he
Eve
wanted
cabin.
that stuff gone. And
For
so
your
when
pleasure.
I picked up those little things that I showed on the thumbnail, he's like, just throw them in there. Nobody gonna buy them anyways. He didn't want, there's kids around and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll take this out of here for you. And I'm the one getting in the comments. I'm like, oh, geez. Oh, well.
Do they sell?
I don't even know what they are. I just took them to get them. I don't even look them up. I don't know what
You
they
went
are.
ahead and used them in your thumbnail, though.
I did.
What is
Don't know
it?
what
Is
they
it a
are.
1 out of 10? Is it a 1 out of 10?
It's a
Two.
2 out of 10. Okay.
Doing what you got to do to get the views.
And my old Karen video popped off the last few days. I wonder why.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you're calling her old, Kevin? Come on. You,
Well,
I
you
my
changed a
my
lot
video.
in this podcast. You wouldn't even say Karen. Now you're calling her an old Karen?
No. Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so yeah,
It's
I
true.
mean, mine actual the lady who I fought with at a yard sale. That one's popping off. A lot of the controversy.
But
stuff
you know
is popping
why?
off right now.
It's because
No.
of your new Karen video.
Oh, my new one, the male Karen.
Yep.
that one's
That's
doing
what's
well too.
making
Yeah.
The other ones
A Kevin.
pop off.
Ah,
As
yeah.
soon I can see
Kevin.
A Kevin
As
video.
soon as your video hit, it just started to go right up.
Well, and I wanted to call it like a Kevin, right? Because the male Karen is a Kevin, but I knew Karen would resonate
Undisputably.
more. Yeah, Karen would resonate
Speaking of
more,
Karen,
so
have you heard of
that.
this Let's Do Lunch podcast?
Yeah, they're
what's
our
that?
new arch nemesis if they can continue to do them every week. It's really
Who's
hard.
this?
They won't. They'll give up.
Let's Do Lunch podcast?
Yeah.
Is that on YouTube?
Karen, and Karen. Yeah.
It's
That's
a
it.
Really? Their
No,
names are
no.
I
Karen?
can't say the name.
It's Kristen.
Rural
I gotta make sure I
Squirrel,
get this right.
Rachel
Dude, Carrie
Strickland,
got an... Oh,
Kristen.
Rachel's... Okay.
Angie.
Oh, I see
and
it.
Angie Resells, yeah.
Oh, that's good. It's like the girl version of our show. That's kind of cool. We should battle rap them.
Yeah, we should do a battle rap. I'm really good at that.
Listen, imitation is the highest form of flattery. So they're doing it because they love us.
Unless they get more views than us, and then
it's a battle.
Then it's a battle. Yeah.
Arm wrestling battle. Carrie's gonna do it though because I'm weak. Okay, so listen. Speaking of controversy, guys, let's start it off with some controversy.
Yes.
I talked about this on my Flipper channel a little bit, but Kevin's, the Trash to Cash audience doesn't necessarily know. Kevin's a bit of a diva about it. Trash to Cash is starting a Patreon.
Oh my god!
Now that like
Kevin yet.
Now that like 1,000 people have dropped off the show, it is not going to have any hidden videos behind it.
Yeah.
There's no hidden content that you can't access.
Podcast is still free everywhere.
Podcast is still free everywhere. Nothing's changing about the podcast. Patreon is simply a way to support us with some funny rewards if you want to. Okay. Yes. And so we're starting it because
Dave quit his job. Patreon. Can you title a Patreon?
Yeah, you could. It's not just that.
You should
people want to support.
They're pretty funny.
It's really hard to monetize a podcast, and people want to support podcasts. But when you do one a week on YouTube, it's a couple $100, maybe $3. But it's not going to be like split 3 ways.
What are you talking about?
$300.
Oh, for a month? How much are you getting? Maybe
for a month. That's what I'm saying. For a month, we might get $300 for the show, $100 each, which is fine.
Clear. Can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah, let's be clear.
Let's be clear. This podcast cost me a ton of money. Let's just be clear. All right, now I've said
really? Really? Yeah.
We have an
because Kevin's time is worth $10,000 an hour. That's why.
We're taking away from his busy nap time.
We're gonna do the show. We're gonna do the show regardless. We're not gonna stop. It would just be cool if we earned a little more money from it. Honestly,
look, I'm cool with it, Dave, but we got to give some like these people. I mean, if they're doing enough to help you quit your job, there's got to be something. What are you going to do? You can't do nothing.
Dude. Okay, well, so there's a couple of cool things about Patreon. First of all,
it can't be reselling content because that.
No, we don't do that here.
What Patreon is? It's a way you can support monthly. And you'll get, based on like the level you sign up for, you get like little rewards. We've got a $3 level, which is just like, well, I could read them to you if you wanted to. But
they were really good.
You think I should read them? Okay.
Oh my God.
And then
none of this. Where's my disclaimer? All right, you read it. I'll read.
You've got a disclaimer. Okay, no. So the tier 1 is save $1, spend $1, give $1, or give all 3. And then it's Reagan giving a thumbs up with the doggo in her hand.
Yep. That's the
and so instead of
tier, the $3
that's a $3 tier. Instead of having to figure out what you're going to do with each of your $3 profit from your latest $4 DVD sale, just give it to us.
That's literally what you wrote too, right?
Yeah, and what is your reward? The satisfaction of being a giver. I mean, that's a pretty high reward.
Really is about giving.
Then you've got a $5 level. Imagine your name in lights. Subscribe at this tier and get your username added to the end of the Trash or Cash podcast. Your name will appear for the last minute as a supporter of the episodes that air while you're a member of this tier. So you get 2 things there. You get the satisfaction of being givers. Yep. That's still included. Yep. We're not going to take that away. We were talking about taking it away, but we decided not to.
We'll include it. So it's really a $6 to $7 value.
Seriously, this podcast might not make it to next week's guest.
That's okay. Listen, it's fine. And then, but no, imagine this, Kevin. You're a new YouTuber, and you're like, yo, I want my name on the Trash to Cash. Bob's Reselling channel gets a little exposure.
You get that. Saying. What's the opposite of a bump?
This is the same Carrie who rips subs. Me for having to buy me a piece of the shed. I just want to point that out.
Well, yeah, that's why, like, the shed is why you have no space to talk.
You literally had people buy your shed. All we're trying to do is help Dave quit his job so he can get some sleep.
Hold on, Kevin. And I actually bought a big piece of the shed.
Very, very clearly. I want to be clear.
I bought.
Did you?
No, I don't.
No, I bought a big piece of. I bought a huge. I bought one of the biggest pieces of your shed. I want to know how is that going to manifest? Like, is my name going to be on the wall?
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds. So we're going to get this piece of paper and tiny little mice type names, put it in a nice frame, and put it up there.
So people are, they're paying money to have their name on your shed. That sounds familiar.
Except for
what
Brian
we're just talking
Klaus. Brian Klaus is going to have his own wing because he.
Do I have?
Okay.
Do I have my?
But Kevin, you see the similarity between this and Patreon? No, you don't see that. You're not connecting that. It's
no,
literally the same thing. No one has to give a dime. You're not gonna. Nothing matters. It's just for fun.
Buy something from me and then I shout their YouTube channel out.
Yes, yeah, it's transactional.
I'll tell you what. I'll do dolphin sounds for anybody who donates any amount of money. I will do
There's
all
a
of
$10
those.
level. There's a $10 level. Okay, and this one's pretty
This
fun.
one is funny.
We will do a Photoshop of your choosing, a poorly done Photoshop. It'll probably be me doing it.
I'll
Has to
try.
be safe for work. Like, moderately safe for work. No nudity.
We can show Kevin's nipples. We can do that.
We can show, we can show that. But like, if you want it, and so I said, let us know what you want us to Photoshop, and we'll Photoshop it the best we can. For example, Kevin eating hot dogs, or Carrie cannonballing into a vat of tomato paste. You never know,
That's
and you
worth
also
$10.
get
Pretty
the
good.
satisfaction of being a giver and your name at the end of the podcast.
You get
So I
all
mean, guys.
three of those. A $12 value for only $10.
Can I add some input here? All right.
Okay,
So I'm obviously not on board with this, but Dave runs the podcast as much as people like to think.
Kevin
it's
just doesn't
otherwise.
understand that every podcast has a Patreon. Literally everyone I listen to has a Patreon.
big
You don't
deal.
have. I've supported a few. You don't have to support them if you don't want to, but it's very common to have the
And
option.
also, if you're not on the Patreon, you're still supporting us by watching the podcast.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly,
Well, let me. All right. So I can get on board if we can come up with two things. So the Save a Dot, if we can come up with some kind of charitable component to assuage my guilt, would be good.
Okay.
And
Okay.
maybe
We're the charitable component. We need
know.
the money.
Well,
Okay.
we can add more tiers
And
whenever we
maybe,
want, so we can
like,
figure this
some-
out.
Can we do some special merch, like designer merch for these?
That'd be cool.
Like only
Like
like
lambskin?
it's the
OnlyFans?
NFT, right? It's like the NFT idea for me, right? Where those people,
Only fan kind of stuff.
they're the only people who can access,
The only fans that can see
Yeah.
it.
Well, and I thought it would be cool because so if you actually sign up for
I got
a
another
Patreon,
idea as well. All right,
you
go
get hold on. When you sign up for a Patreon, you get like access to the board, the forum board, basically, and like we can write messages. Like Carrie could say, "Just woke up, pooped my bed," and you can only see that if you're
Yeah.
a Patreon, even at the lowest
Special
level, right?
details.
But what we could put in there is something like, "Hey guys, we have an event coming up and it's free.
We could
you
put-
get first access, right?
now
you get
see,
a
now I
week
could get
advance
on board
notice."
with that. Like if we
That
have a
would be
trash
cool.
to cash barbecue bash, instead of
Right.
having all the tickets go out there, we first allow these people to get the free
A couple
tickets
days,
and
a couple
free
days
food.
advantage.
See, I can get.
We'd
I
have
can
to
get
make
on
sure
board
we
with
save
that.
some tickets for non-patrons as well, but
Oh, yeah,
just like
sure.
easier access. I don't know. So things like that. We can talk about those
Okay,
ideas.
I could do
one
that.
more
I could get
tier.
on
One
board
more
with
tier
that.
I've got so far, and then we can move away from this. The wealthy as a Kevin tier.
Oh my god, are you serious?
$25.
$25 a month, okay? And this one says, do you just have way too much money that you want to throw in the trash? If so, don't throw it in the trash. Throw it at us. We are shameless and we're happy to take it.
Yeah, cheers.
We love it.
With this tier, you get all previous rewards, plus your name or your channel's name mentioned at the beginning of the podcast as a VIP donor. So you could say, hey, thank you this week for Lady Arbitrage, $25 donor
I would be
this month.
okay if we added that.
That's
an
selling out right there.
Like a name and an
Yeah, right.
adjective. So if they want us to say their name angrily or seductively,
Oh.
I'll do that. I'll do. It's
Oh, I
like
like
they
that.
want it said.
OnlyFans is one step away. That's all I'm
Dude,
saying.
you know what? We could also like just sneak their name in throughout the whole podcast, like
That's what I
American
wanna
Bubble
do.
Boy, the world's finest. Yeah, just
We're
like
gonna throw you in
sneak the
somewhere
name
when
in.
we
Like,
feel like it.
our VIP donor Shed Flips is really, quite a donor this week.
He's doning it up.
He's doning it up.
Oh
Anyways,
my
Patreon
gosh.
guys, we'll put a link down below. You do not have to subscribe at all, but it's there if you want to
Could,
support.
well, say there's
You
I've never done Patreon. You said there's a dashboard or something where you can.
Yeah, like I've
could
already
you
written one
link
message
to
in
like
it.
real reseller help, like put a link to somebody who actually knows what they're doing and say, hey,
No,
go
yeah.
watch this person. Give us the money, but go watch
Well,
this person.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Like Chernok's Connection, which by the way, it's Chernok's Connection.
I mean, that would be
shirts.
off-brand, but we could do it.
But I mean,
Yeah,
it'd be
I'm
more
not into
helpful
it,
than a.
I don't know if you realize, Kevin, we're not here to help resellers on this podcast.
So here's like a Photoshop idea: Carrie
Why do
in a
people
bikini,
like this
but the
podcast?
bikini is Mighty Ducks themed.
Yeah.
Right? Carrie in a Mighty Ducks bikini. I want that Photoshop.
Yes.
That's what I want to make.
You know,
Maybe
tell
I'll
you
just
what,
make that for fun.
Seriously, for $10, I'll just get a bikini and I'll do the photo, and we don't have to Photoshop it.
We don't have to
$10.
Photoshop it at that point.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of
It's over.
bikinis, I went to the Goodwill and I bought some old granny panties that I'm going to make a profit on, Kevin.
Oh, you're not allowed to sell old granny panties.
Why not?
Oh,
They're
you
new.
can't sell used
They're
underwear.
new. They're new.
They're
I mean, they
new.
were
Oh,
new.
well,
They're not new
okay.
anymore, but they were.
Selling
Hold on.
this
Is there
new.
some rule against used panties?
You can't sell used underwear.
Oh, well, they're not used. They're brand new sealed.
Okay,
I didn't
there
know
you go.
that rule, though. That's good to know. I should probably take down all my own personal underwear listings.
Or socks. Or socks. You can sell bras.
Stained underwear.
Stained underwear. Well, we talked about the game-worn Commonwealth Picker underwear.
Yeah, it's game worn, dude.
Hey, we could do that. That's an idea, too. We could give every Turnout Connection shirt that I wear the next time, we'll just put it on Patreon and give it away.
There you go.
On
Yeah,
Patreon.
there you go.
Now
There
we're
you
talking.
go.
Now it's... Have you ever heard of
I found-
jumping the shark? Have you ever heard
Yeah,
of
we've
jumping?
done it.
We've
It's the
done
Fonzie,
it.
right?
It's
The Fonzie did that.
done deal.
Is this the moment, you think? Is this the jumping the shark?
Is this the day?
People
Well, dude,
love
and Kevin,
this podcast. I don't know why they love this
Jaws is back in theaters. The original Jaws is
So
back
is
in
E.T.
theaters. I went and
Isn't
saw
E.T.
it.
back too?
I haven't
podcast.
seen
That's
that
why
one,
I'm
but
selling ET stuff like crazy.
yeah, Jaws. I went and saw it was Jaws, but it was in 3D, and it didn't really. The 3D didn't really add anything, but it was still really good. It was my kid's first time seeing it. Callie was up all night with nightmares. It's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Yeah, Kevin, was
Very
it?
good.
Did Jaws freak you out in the theaters when you saw it?
No, I did not see
Yeah,
that.
you
in the
probably were pretty
theaters.
scared.
Yeah, I mean,
You were like
imagine
10,
the-
right?
Like
10 years old.
exactly. You're like, what is
I
this
was
kind of
5
witchcraft
for
on the
E.T.
screen?
I was 5
No,
for ET.
Jaws was 75, I think, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah, you were
definitely
actually
not that
30.
old.
You were a young adult.
Yeah. Tell us about Gone with the Wind. What did you learn from that?
Okay, so I have a question about ephemera, reselling old photos. If you had a stack of old photos, Kevin, that are clearly from like the, early 1900s up till the 40s, right?
Mhm.
Let's say you had that. No names, no signatures, nothing. How would you sell them on eBay?
How many?
30.
Are there any kind of genres to them? Like,
No,
are they all
just-
just... I think
They're all humans. They're all humans, right? Like, this is a kid on a bike. This is a businessman in a suit.
no
like, what would
themes
you
to
do?
any of them. I think I just put
No
them all...
themes.
I think I put them all on an auction.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think I
Would you do that if you didn't have a channel? This question matters.
Probably not.
See? This is why I'm trying to say for the viewer, if you don't have an...
I don't know.
Someone asked me this
I'm
on
not
Instagram.
knowledgeable enough on it. I think... I don't know. I don't have the answer.
So my advice was this. I said... So someone asked me this question right before the show started, which is why it's top of mind. And my advice was $9.99 a piece, auction style, and the title describes the picture. Young man, business ready... 1930s vintage photograph, right? Started at $9.99 auction. It may sell, it may not. And just do that for all 30, just describing what the picture is. But I'm curious what the viewers
What'd
think.
you pay?
How
Was
would
it
you
at
handle
that sale
that?
we went to?
So this was not me. This is a viewer
Oh,
that asked
yeah,
me this
I heard
question.
that.
And so
So-
he said he got it for free.
Oh,
he
well,
got it for
then
free.
I might
but it's,
very well. I hate that. When I do auctions, it's
Yeah.
usually 99 cents, and that was before YouTube, whatever. I just did them at 99 cents. It attracts enough people, and they start to compete.
I just
and-
find like that when I do 99-cent auctions, I sell stuff for 99 cents.
Well, you're doing it on the wrong items.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot Wheels, brand new.
Yeah,
But they're
That's
like
literally
new
the
ones.
wrong
Yeah,
item.
they're like
Probably
$1
what
at
they're
Walmart.
That's right. For sure.
I'm kidding.
Have you
Yeah.
guys
No.
ever hunted for the treasure hunts and the super treasure hunts? That's
Well,
what you
my
gotta
buddy
look for.
sells a lot of ephemera, and that was his advice to me. And I did list a bunch of stuff at $9.99 ephemera-wise,
Do you know who?
and it did sell, but most of it sold for exactly $9.99.
Do you know who Paper and Moose is? Renee
Yes.
at Paper and Moose. She might have an answer to the question for you.
Does she
good.
watch? I don't think she watches.
Oh, highly. I hope she does.
If
That
it's
would
a-
lose all.
Guys,
serious
go comment
reseller.
on her latest video and let her know Trash to Cash wants her to watch.
Have
you
her
know?
start on episode 1 and then just
Yeah,
let her
start
know.
from the beginning,
She's
please.
got to know the whole
No.
context.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. Okay, so I mean, my store's not going to slow down. I'm not traveling. I'm really excited. I might go to Uncle Mark's
Yeah.
yard sale. Things are looking up for me.
Yeah,
Things are looking up for
go
me.
check it out. Hey, there's. I could have got you. You didn't get a ticket, did you?
I didn't get a
I'll
ticket,
still
but
get you a
I
taco.
can go to
I'll
McDonald's.
still
I'm not
make-
too worried
somebody's
about
not going to show up. I'll get you
Yeah,
some
I'm
tacos.
sure.
Bad
I'm
Cat
sure.
Coffee will get you free coffee.
it. Like, this is not the Kevin's garage sale hour, but I'm curious because I'm not going to go back and watch your videos. Like, why does it say from 8 till like 2?
Does
Is it
say
all
two?
morning?
Yeah,
If it's
yeah.
later than 9.
Yeah, it's,
Like, do
it's-
people funnel in and out? Like, how's it going to
people
work?
funnel in and out. So food will be served at 11. Coffee is going to be there until it runs out. That'll be there at 8. And it's just, it's actually at his house. It's in a little neighborhood. It's a cul-de-sac. It's Uncle Mark's garage sale, right? So
Okay.
if you have something at 8 and people show up early and, they get there, whatever, and then food comes at 11, there's not 200 people show up at one time in this little neighborhood. So
Okay, let's talk strategy then. Like, if I want a yard sale, do I go yard sale elsewhere and then show up to Mark's at 11?
that's a great question. So my strategy is I'm going to go yard selling on Friday because I can't really do that. I kind of got to be there. So,
You got to be there the whole time.
Yeah,
They're coming for
I'll
you.
I'm going to go out.
yeah.
I would say
Are you going to have like a photo backdrop, like
Exactly.
get your picture
Are you
taken
just
with the
gonna have
Commonwealth
a line,
Picker?
a little area for the line to start?
Since you asked,
Money
Dave,
collector.
Since you asked, we've got official sponsors for this, and Joel now. By the way, we have to talk about that because of the crazy
Bubble
reception
Boy,
he
yeah,
got
we got to
last
talk
time.
about that. People are confused.
He is going to be a sponsor, American Bubble Boy, My Reseller Genie, and Backhat Coffee and Yardaroo are all sponsors for this event. So we're trying to work, maybe not by this event, but the backdrop. You know how there's backdrops at all the rallies or whatever. We'd like to have one, and then every time we go around, get them to sponsor. They'd sponsored, I think all but Joel sponsored the Trash to Gas Barbecue.
By the
Bash
way,
in
that sounds like
Tennessee.
the worst. That sounds like, how Marvel movies are getting more and more obscure with the characters they use?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bubble Boy, Yardaroo, and Bat. That sounds like the worst
Marvel
Avenger
movie
team
ever. Yeah.
It's like
The
sub-tier.
commonality here is that I have the name and number of all of these people, and that's what I like. They're companies that are owned by one person or two, and that's just, I like to do business with people that own their own business.
You're a
Did you
high-flying
say the
tycoon.
whole neighborhood is having a sale?
So
is it
it's
just
not, I
Uncle
don't
Mark?
want to confuse people because once the people in the neighborhood found out that we're having Uncle Mark's garage sale, then they're like, well, hey, we're going to sell some stuff too. So my guess is there'll be 3 or 4 other places. And let me tell you, and it's, there might be a big name showing up, and then we got real problems because then we'll have a lot of people come.
A big name.
Troy will be there, Mountain Man Treasure.
Big name. We should guess who
What?
the big
Doesn't
name
he
is.
live like really far away?
It's not Rockstar Flipper.
Dude, but no, Mountain Man lives in like
Yeah, he's
Montana.
Utah or
He's in
something.
Montana.
He's flying in.
Montana,
I
that's it.
think I'm predicting right now that Uncle Mark's garage sale 5 years from now. What just happened? Did you cut me off?
No,
Yeah,
you're still here.
You cut me off. I'm predicting right now that 5 years
What
from now.
is he talking about, Gary?
Look at that, dude. Have you ever seen so much rage in a man's eyes?
I didn't do anything. You were there the whole time.
You cut me off. Just like you did.
That's like
at
when
the
his
research.
dad's not
Guy,
like when his
so
dad's
old.
not on time to get his packages. He gets this way. It's
Okay.
I didn't
at
do
it.
anything.
just triggered
Oh,
something
my
deep
goodness.
inside.
I'm telling
Wow,
you, this could be
okay.
an annual event. 3 years from now, it's going to be held like at a like giant location, where it's going to be a massive sale. I'm telling you,
You're
I
gonna
got
be
a
winking
feeling.
at everyone.
I know.
Wink, wink,
I
wink.
started
Yo,
winking
Gary
at people
V.
because of him.
Gary
Gary
should
V
come to it.
did
Yeah.
a plush
He's the big guy.
video.
That's
Did
an
you see
older
his
video.
plush
That's
TikTok?
an
That's
older
an
video
old
he's
one,
done a
yeah.
couple
He
times.
really
Is it?
did it. He
I've never
rehashed
seen
it.
it before. This was my
No.
first time.
Yeah, he's not doing new garage sale videos. He's just rehashing the same ones.
He
over
did
and over
one.
again.
He did one earlier this year, Gary. He did.
Was it new?
Mm-hmm. It was. He did a new one earlier this year. Yeah. Gary V. You
I can't
guys
even
picked
imagine,
He's
like,
the
what's
one
it
coming,
like?
By the way. He's
What's
the
it
one.
like when like Gary V rolls up to your sale and there's like 5 cameras like following him around? You're just like, sir, what are
they
you
have
doing?
the audio in the car. The camera's a lot of times back farther away. Hey, that's something
they're
I
zoomed in.
Yeah, but
That's
that's something we
smart.
should think about because I think that's
Yeah.
coming next too.
Yeah.
So, we'll
Okay.
see.
Well, what was your best sale of the week, Kevin? Do you still sell on eBay, or
Ooh,
you
best
just sell
sale?
Uncle Mark's house or whatever?
I don't think I have the best sale pulled up. I did write down a couple here. Here's a bolo for people. Well, everybody knows this. If you're watching this
Wait,
show,
a bolo alert?
not really.
Carrie, bolo alert!
What-
Sign up for the Patreon for the
Bolo,
bolo
guys.
of the week.
$3 a month.
Sign up for our bolo list.
So,
We don't have a bolo
listen,
list.
if you
No,
start
we have a
selling
no-lo
lists,
list.
This is really the end of it.
Yeah.
We should have a list of what not to buy. Dave, you'd be good at that. I put Tupperware.
Yeah, everything I buy.
All right. So
Ashtrays,
let me
yeah.
ask you this: remote controls. What are a couple of good remotes that you've come across over the years?
Like sleep number beds.
Sleep number beds. Good call.
Yeah,
That's a good one. That
yeah.
would if this was Family Feud, that would be like on the board.
Top 3, yeah,
it'd be
top
on the
3
board.
for sure.
Number one answer. On
There's
the board.
these chairs, these like electric chairs. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I sold one last year for like $80, and I can't remember the name of the brand.
What are those Logitech ones that are like?
There
Harmony.
it is.
Yeah, the
Harmony
Harmony.
Logitech.
Harmony,
I
yep.
sold one of those, and it wasn't even a good one. $30 plus shipping used.
They got $300 ones of those.
Yeah, they got good ones.
Yeah.
And so 300. The guy wanted 10 at the yard sale. I'm like, what are you talking about? I bought it for 5 because I would have probably bought it for 10.
Rip off king.
Yeah, seriously, man.
All
don't
right,
you
so
steal
there's some
from
good
them?
ones. Carrie, you had one in my cabin, the old school remote ones where you click down on those like 4 buttons.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Those
yes.
sell for really good money too. So somebody tell me in the comments, give me some other good remote ones out there. But the Logitech Harmony is one I was talking about. I sold a set of headphones. They were just Sony headphones that folded in half. Old stuff, from when Carrie was, in his 30s.
Yeah.
And I sold one of those for $39 plus shipping to Japan, I think, of all places. Yeah, for just a simple Sony headphone. I was surprised at that sale. So, anyway,
crazy.
what do you got? Anything, Dave? Have you?
Carrie sold a card.
That's what it is. I sold a couple. I sold a Joe Montana rookie for $90.
Nice.
And I sold a Buster Posey rapper redemption card that I got in New Mexico in a lot that I paid like $30 for. It sold for $110. And a rapper redemption means back in the day they had to send in a rapper and so a couple dollars to get that card.
So it's pretty rare one.
It wasn't in boxes. It wasn't in packs.
Did you find any cards in that lot that I gave you by any chance, or have you had a chance to go through it?
I'm trying to remember.
Basketball thing.
That one I haven't gone through yet, though. It might have.
Can we talk about
O'Neal
like the
rookies,
events leading up to Carrie's cards? Because we go yard sailing at FlipCon, right? And we're out all day, flipping, buying stuff. Somehow we were out for like 5 hours, and I got only 2 videos worth of content because there were so many pickers with us.
That good.
But Carrie gets back to the hotel. He has to run in to get these cards Kevin left for him.
Yeah.
We're all leaving. I'm headed back to Florida. Kevin's headed to Virginia. And I'm driving by Carrie, leaving the hotel, and he's like, I just locked myself out of my car.
Oh, no.
It's the truth. To be fair, the blame is 100% on Dawn. Because I'm just saying she closed the trunk and the keys were in there, so we had to wait an hour and a half.
Who put the keys in there? You or her?
No, she did.
Oh, so it is all
this
Dawn's
is the
fault.
funny thing. I really enjoyed that because usually 99 times out of 100, it's my fault because I'm a ditz and Dawn.
So
I just
lost
chilled.
a set of keys too, Carrie. We lost a set of keys down there too. Dave, it's probably still in the backseat of your car. Pay one of your kids to go out there and scour it underneath.
I can look for it.
I'll give them $1 to save.
All right, $1 to earn. Okay, but yeah, so Carrie got locked out. You said it was an hour and a half. How much it cost to get your car open?
We have AAA, so whatever we
Did
pay.
they have to like push the window out and do like the little hanger thingy?
They did push the window out with the little the doodad squeezer, and then they put the thingamajig in there, and then they got the pull thingy and the door out, and they were able to do that.
Wow.
So it's pretty
okay,
awesome.
so one of
That's
my
the
best
technical
sales.
Explanation.
One of my best sales, I'm pretty sure I got for free from Kevin. Okay, so Kevin went to a yard sale. He bought some Thrive dietary supplements. Okay, it's like a medicine. And we looked at them together, and we pulled out some, and the ones we pulled out were expired. But there was a second box in there that was not expired. And that unexpired box, Kevin, sold for $56.
There you go.
What did you pay for it?
Oh, not much.
Yeah, so thank you for the $56. It's the first money I've ever received from Kevin.
Yeah, right.
But that's not my best sale. That's not my best sale. I sold a Wilson A2000 glove. What do you think it's worth, Kev? You'll know.
Oh, it depends. Is it an infielder's glove, outfielder's glove, catcher's glove?
It's 11.5-inch baseball glove, right-handed throw.
It's a sports glove.
Okay.
Infielder's glove, webbed. Well, you don't know. I'm just asking silly questions.
No,
Probably
it's not webbed. It's like
at the $60 depending on condition.
Up.
Really?
Way up.
Wow.
150.
Well, then it's an infielder's glove, and it doesn't have webbing in it.
No, it doesn't have webbing. It's just got like the cross thing. Yep. $150 glove. So that was pretty cool. And I paid $20. I paid up for it.
That's really good. That's a good one. Like a really good one.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And I sold a $40 glove too, but that one was like I got 2 for $30, and I sold 1 for $40, 1 for $150.
Where did you find that? In Florida?
At a yard sale with Carrie.
In Florida?
Yeah,
it
was
Florida.
with Carrie. Yeah, in Florida. Yeah.
See, I don't find too many gloves up here in California. You find them. Matt finds them a bunch, and if you go in those other states, Texas, Florida, those 3 states, by the way, have the most major leaguers of any states in the country: Florida, California, Texas.
In Virginia,
well, It sold fast. I was with Carrie. 2 weeks ago we bought that, right?
Yeah.
It's really fast.
In Virginia, it's just Tupperware lids and banjos.
Depends
and adult
on
diapers.
where you're at.
But the adult diapers are all at Kevin's house.
Exactly. They're used.
He's hoarding them. And, okay, so I've got a Vero alert, okay? It works. The brand, it works. I didn't know it was Vero, but it's like some sort of weight loss body thing. You put it on your body, and magically you get skinnier. I don't think it works. I think they named their company It Works because it definitely does not work. Because if it worked, everyone would be skinny.
They got tired of answering the question, does it work?
Like, does it work? Yeah, so it's just called It Works. But I listed it and sold it in like an hour. It sold really fast for $45. We paid $1.
See,
Carrie, that was the thing Tina found.
Oh,
remember the thing Tina found?
I don't know.
That little black box, and we like looked it up in the car. It was like that sale. Anyway, so
I have no memory.
Tina found it for $1, and it sold for $45 in an hour. And I didn't even realize it was Vero. When I pulled it, like 2 days later, a commenter said, "Hey, that's Vero." I don't know if it really is, but they said it's Vero.
And you know how cautious I am. I never sell anything dietary. I don't even like selling food on eBay.
It wasn't like as seen on TV, was it?
No, it's just something called It Works. It's just like a thing you put on your fat, and it's supposed to make your fat disappear.
Oh,
And
really?
I didn't realize it was Vero. But yeah, see, Carrie, and it works, supposedly, based on the name. I mean, I believe it. I would never doubt it for a minute.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Anyways, I sold a bunch of stuff.
I did too. Sold a Desert Storm vintage sweatshirt for $30 plus shipping. That's kind of cool. I like selling that vintage clothing. I can't wait for that video to come out. I still haven't put the videos with you guys out because you guys put yours out.
And I'm waiting for the bump. I'm waiting for the bump.
I need it to go by. I've put 2 Thrift or Shifter videos out. I don't care about you guys though.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for that bump.
Whatever, you've been using me in your titles for a month. You don't need a bump.
But dude, a lot of your viewers don't even know I exist, so they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, this Dave guy is so sexy. I gotta go watch him."
Exactly. It's like a.
You know, Kevin, we were trying to figure out who the sexiest panelists at FlipCon were, or not? Yeah, FlipCon were.
It seems dangerous. I don't think.
No. It was a toss up between me and Carrie, and we just kind of wanted you to vote.
Yeah,
like,
who do you think is sexier?
Who do you find
me or Dave?
sexier?
Let me unbutton a button real quick.
Ooh, wait, let me just.
I think dealing with Dalton's pretty handsome.
He is pretty handsome.
He is. I'd agree.
That's too bad. Someone yelled at me for not buying a Granny Square Afghan today, Kevin. I think that's your fault.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. Depends on how big it is and how tight those things are. I mean, there's a lot. They're
tight
hard.
those things are.
Yeah, how tight the actual crocheting is, or whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it.
Now, there's a lot of people that resell bicycles. Bicycles, right?
Bonafide. Yeah, he'll sell you.
Does he still do it?
He probably has a Patreon that tells you which ones to buy. I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's probably a course, Kevin. There's a difference, right? There's a difference between a course and a Patreon.
That's true.
There's no knowledge. We're withholding nothing. All of our lack of knowledge is out and available for you.
Exactly.
If anybody does this, I will be shocked. What value is
Kevin?
there? Listen,
hold on. What value is there?
Listen, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
People will go and they'll. Have you ever went and bought like a digital movie that you liked and you wanted to support and you just bought it, or is that just?
No, I just use LimeWire.
LimeWire. Oh, there's like a million moments where people say, "Oh, I want to, support that." Right. So if it's $3, that's like 70 cents an episode per month. They don't have to do it, but they could do it. That's all. There might be 10 people.
I mean, I already support the two of you. So that should just come to me, and then it's just a charitable cause right back.
See, because Kevin has a superpower. He can actually turn into a sports bra, and then me and Carrie wear him, and he supports us. That's a thing that he has. You didn't know you could do that?
That's
you could
weird.
turn into sports bras?
Weird and specific as well.
I feel like there's some sort of superhero that can turn into like clothing items. I don't know. That would be Carrie's superpower, without a doubt.
Here's one of my. I got tons of comments, but here's one from a guy.
My superpower is the ability to poop 5 to 6 times a day, and I never know when.
Too.
I never know when it's going to happen.
All you gotta do is eat cheese. It's so easy.
Serious, yeah, cheese and a lot of hot sauce.
Yeah,
I've
never tried the hot sauce.
Okay, go ahead.
Kevin. You can talk now, Kevin.
Go
ahead, talk.
Garage sale.
You have a garage sale sign?
Superpower, yeah. You can see them.
What does that mean?
It means I don't miss the signs. All right.
Yeah, that's actually true. I've been yard selling with him. He's impressive.
Tim, over the years, says, so does this mean I'm not getting my 500 bubble bucks because of what Dave said about me?
No, speaking of the bubble, that was funny, huh? And Joel seemed to like it. Like I was pretty aggressive. I'm always pretty aggressive, but I'm just trying to like make people honest. I try to make sure everyone's honest on the show. If I were to have a controversial guest next week, I would ask them all the hard questions.
You would, and I would feel very uncomfortable and try to make them as comfortable as possible.
I'm just so happy with my decision not to be on that podcast. Like I could go if it wasn't for Joel and me fulfilling the contract that I signed for the 52 episodes episodes, I would have been out of here so long before this episode
Dude,
airs.
we got to talk
I'll be
about
gone.
American Bubble Boy. Speaking of that.
Bubble wrap. They make bubble wrap.
No, the comments. Okay, so if you guys didn't know, last week Joel offered 500 free Bubble Bucks to anyone who comments. But it seems like they needed to have commented about bubble wrap. Is that true?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Because Joel's assistant is in the comments responding to all the bubble-themed comments.
Well, Joel
saying,
responded
hey, or Joel is doing some of them too. Yeah. So
okay.
Their team is responding to comments and they're saying,
hey,
I've added the Bubble Bucks to your account. Or they're saying, hey, reach out to us on Instagram because we can't find an account. And they're like, literally man-to-man combat covering all these Bubble Bucks and putting them on your account.
That's exactly right. So if you have an account, you've already got them in there as soon as they see it. If you don't have one, you got to send an email to them or send a message, right?
Let me say this. I do not, and I tried. I spent like a good 4 minutes. That's a lot of time for me. I do not know how to figure out my bubble balance. Is that like a thing? You can see how many Bubble Bucks you have? Because I went to their website and I don't see anything about how many Bubble Bucks
I believe I could be wrong. I think when you go to purchase an item, it shows you.
I tried it. I went all the way to the checkout, about to pay, and it said nothing about Bubble Bucks. And I'm like, how the heck do I figure out how many Bubble? Because Joel ought to be adding 500 to my account and Carrie's and yours.
Can you just cash out the Bubble Bucks and just take the cash?
I want to change them for $5. Yeah, I'm interested. Now, Carrie, have you ever actually made a Bubble Boy account? This is a real question.
Yes, I have an affiliate account.
Do you have a purchasing account?
I don't think so.
Could he pay me affiliate just in bubbles
Carrie,
every
why
time
don't you go use my link so I can get the I can go
Ooh,
get
$5,
the things.
yeah.
No, I would use the trash
Or
to
Eric
cash link
OBX
because
Picker has a link now. Maybe you go to his. Yeah. That's gonna be kind of funny.
Everybody
Tim
put
on
your
the
American Bubble Boy affiliate links. In fact, put all your affiliate links down below, and let's see how many people we can buy from.
Kevin will convert them all to his. He'll go and edit the comment and put his instead.
Get one of those URL makers or whatever and make them his.
Yeah. Okay, Kevin, let's hear your comment. I'm ready for it. Other than Tim's comment,
there's
what do
a
you
bunch.
got?
Bill Z. Bear Memory says, I love American Bubble Boy and I love the Trash to Cash podcast. Traveling detector? I like Kevin.
I thought it was a traveling detective. That would
Traveling detective's comment. I like Kevin. That's all. That was it.
Well, okay, so let's go, because those are kind of weak comments, let's say that. Yeah. But on the actual podcast on iTunes, I Love Kellen gave us a comment. They said, I gave the show a good rating only because Dave asked us to do so. It's a good thing there's very little reselling content on this podcast. Who wants to take advice from a guy that sells $1 baseball cards, a guy that sells $4 DVDs, and a guy that somehow makes a living selling Tupperware lids? Yep. Luckily, this podcast is mostly about pooping.
Yeah, exactly. We can teach you a lot about the art of pooping. So that's our strength. Lean in.
None of that is not true. All of that is somewhat true. It's true.
Okay, and then we got a comment saying, learning lots and laughing too. And I can't remember if I read this, but it says, I've been following Commonwealth Picker for a while on his Picker and Flipper channels.
So sorry.
Finally decided to check out the podcast he always plugs, which thank you, Kevin. We appreciate that. At first, I thought it would be styled more like his educational videos on YouTube, but was floored when NC Picker and American Arbitrage started with the potty humor and dogging Commonwealth. Yep. Okay. I thought that one went on longer, but I don't see any more to it. I thought I sent that one to Kevin, but it also...
we don't even know if that's positive. She might have just made a statement that she
No, that's Steve Snipe. That's Steve Snipe. I'm pretty sure there was more to it, but it's just not showing up. Because I sent it to Kevin. It went on to talk about how much he likes seeing the other side of Kevin. He likes to be able to see the full character of Kevin.
He's not so robotic.
Yeah. Look, we're looking at the other side right now, guys. If you're watching the video show, he just bent over.
Yeah, that was somebody timestamped that when Kevin bent over for everyone.
When Kevin bent over on the show. Okay, but we need some more reviews, guys, on iTunes because the rest are like 2 months old. So we got to get some from September. We have none in September. And I blame Kerry mostly because he hasn't been doing very good on the show lately. Let's talk about that. Let's unwrap that.
I've had a cold streak.
Do you remember comedy? It was something you were going to try to do?
Yeah, the thing about comedy is, yeah.
You're mirroring a little mirror image of Knobloch there. What's his first name, Dave?
Blake. Walter Blake. Walter Steven.
Talk to him for hours.
Walter. Well, Dave has me confused. It was Blake, and now it's Walter. I don't know.
You got to call him Walter Blake, or Walter, or Knobloch, or WKB Ultra. Those are the options.
WKB Ultra.
That's his TikTok. Follow it.
Wow. Okay, so I hit 4,000 subscribers on my Shorts channel, Kevin.
Wow.
In 1 month of uploading Shorts. So
pretty good.
YouTube's broken, guys.
Hey,
It's
look at
broken.
this. I've got a couple things. One, I got a little
Don't
message
point that
from
at us, sir.
I got a message from
Yeah, it's
Tim on
aggressive.
here about more bubble wrap things. You know, I just came across, but somebody just asked me about the the risque pictures if I've posted them yet. So apparently, not everybody's unsubscribing. Somebody wants to buy them. All right.
Ah, okay.
What
What do they
is
give
this?
you for?
I don't know.
Yeah. So, okay, so I kind of shook the world of Whatnot this week. I tore out the foundation, and I know not all of you watch my flipper, and I want to spread awareness, okay? I want to spread awareness as well as, I don't know, some other things. But let's talk about the awareness that I want to spread.
What? Say what?
I just want to preface a little context here. These two guys right here, if you remember, you go back to episode 14, 15, 16. They were the biggest shills for whatnot ever.
Shills get
Just
paid.
saying.
Hold
Yeah, oh,
on.
yeah.
Shills get paid. We are
right.
suckers, not shills. There's a
Sounds a
difference.
little bit sus coming from you.
Yeah, a little sus, Kevin. You're being sussy. Is that a thing? Cap or no cap, Kev? Cap or no cap? No,
What's
okay, so
cap?
here's what happened. I don't even remember. Okay, yeah, so I had this Harley Davidson t-shirt auction on Whatnot. I did well on it, and I went and I looked. I'm like, man, there's still like $200 Whatnot needs to pay me, and it's been like 3 weeks. Like, why? It feels like this always happens. And I went and I reached out to him, and I said, hey, I haven't been paid for this. And I also looked back at my other sales, and there's a bunch of stuff I haven't been paid for, right? And they reached back out to me like, well, there is fees, and they like point out one sale from January where like the fees all make sense. And I was like, yeah, but what about all these ones? And there was like over $1,000 of unpaid stuff that I sold on Whatnot. Over $1,000. It was $1,084 of unpaid stuff. After fees, after everything, they still owed me over $1,000. And basically, if you went to my Whatnot and you looked at an order, it would say, 52 delivered of 55 sold, right? So 3 weren't showing delivered because either they didn't get an origin scan by my post office guy. Now, I don't take it to the post office, but I do a pickup, and he does scan them at my front door, but he misses some sometimes, right? So it didn't get a scan at my front door, or it didn't get a scan upon delivery, or it's sitting in someone's P.O. box. I had a few that just said they were at a P.O. box and hadn't been picked up. And all these things Whatnot had not paid me for.
But Whatnot got paid for 'em.
Well, and this is the crazy part, dating back to November 7th of 2021. So at the end of the year, when they do their books, they should have noticed this
Reconcile it.
and reconciled and paid me that money, but they did not. And that's kind of like the new business, like craziness. Now, I don't really think there's any ill intent. I think it's just sloppy, a little bit sloppy, if I had to kind of define it. Because when I reached out to them, listen, I don't want to be liable of anything, so these are all opinions. Don't sue us, Whatnot. But I think it's crazy that they had $1,000 of my money, and I reached out to them, and they did
That's
pay me
where they
quickly.
had to get all the money that they gave Harry Tornado. They had to take it from somewhere.
Well, I got that comment like 10 times, actually. And Josh also commented on my video. He actually commented on the video. He watched it and commented on it, and he was like telling me I should take it to the post office. And I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't guarantee a scan on delivery, right? Like, there's no way to be sure that everything's going to get a scan. And the thing with me is, if it's been 9 months and the customer hasn't complained and hasn't said I didn't get it, don't you think you should pay out the seller at that point, or contact the seller,
If you're
or do
keeping
something?
the money.
They've got the
They've
money.
got
They
the
didn't give
money.
it back to the
Yeah,
buyer,
yeah,
and they didn't
no
give it to
doubt
the
about
seller.
it. Yeah, no doubt
And so
about it.
it's just super sus. Speaking of sus,
very
if you're
sus.
playing
After
the
a
sus
certain
drinking
time
game,
period, it should be
Sus.
sure.
somehow,
Even if you
right?
want to be conservative and say 60 days, like just at some point there
Right.
needs to be a trigger that
Totally
pays
agree.
it. So, dude, I posted this video. I had like probably 50 comments, people saying thank you so much. They had a bunch of my money and I didn't realize it, right? Because people went back and they found all these undelivered orders,
You
and
should
they had to reach
start
out to
a
Whatnot.
Patreon for this knowledge. I mean, you should really start a Patreon.
Have
Of
you
course,
checked your
of course, on
Whatnot
Whatnot.
account? Have you been logged on your
In my
Whatnot
band?
since?
Yeah, in my
You're
band. That's a
probably
good
banned
question.
at this point. You should go check.
Dude, I got reached out to, and I'm not
Pop
going to
shop
share
time,
the
baby.
name.
Pop shop time.
I'm not going to share the name. Dude, you're having an auction tomorrow night. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes.
But I got reached out to on Instagram from another person who sells on Whatnot, and they said, Dave, I beat you, and sent me a screenshot of $1,400 in unpaid orders. A lot of people were giving me crap saying, hey, it's all your fault. Everyone would have noticed this. You're the only person that would not notice for 8 months.
No.
Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no.
As a matter of fact, Dave, I've had it on my to-do list. I guarantee you I have it. From my one auction, I remember thinking to myself, there's still 2 items I haven't got paid for. Then it just disappeared. I haven't thought about it. And I guarantee
still there. They probably owe you $50 or something. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. And so they owed someone $1,400.
I think it was
$1,000.
the item that you purchased, actually. I think it's probably.
It could be. Well, it's probably sitting in my P.O. box, honestly. I never go there.
Sales. I really should go by and look at all that.
Yeah.
But no, you get auto pay, Carrie. You get the instant pay.
He didn't always, though.
So you're fine. Well, but he did always, didn't you?
I got auto pay really quick, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can check can you imagine, like, 2 years ago, Carrie has unpaid $70 or something? Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, I'm only saying that, guys. You can go watch my Flipper channel if you want to see how to check. Just look for, like, I'm mad at Whatnot. But I think it's worth mentioning because there's a lot of people who ended up finding out Whatnot owed them a lot of money. So that's, public service announcement of the day.
Dave is the Robin Hood of the reselling world. He is.
I don't think they'll ever be sponsoring me.
Yeah, we lost that.
I don't know. You never know.
I don't think
the post office is going to sponsor me anytime soon.
No, I don't think so either.
Have you seen the post office has been putting ads out, though? I've seen them on Instagram. No. Yeah. Really? Like, what?
Kevin, did you...
wasting money.
I mean, we're going to talk about this again. I just want to quickly say that the guy who founded the Grid Goodwill store and runs e-commerce for Goodwill showed up to FlipCon
and was an idiot. And was an idiot.
The idiot thing is subjective. You might be right, but the thing is, he was uninvited, or he was not invited. Yeah, he said list everything for 99-cent auction. Yeah, but he was not
when
invited.
You don't pay for anything, it's easy.
I think he said higher than 99 cents.
And listen, I would never want to keep anyone out. But the only thing that's interesting is, basically Goodwill is paying very close attention to resellers. That's the only thing that kind of stuck out to me is, Goodwill's watching us. And we can say that we have no effect on, Goodwill's pricing, but
I never said that.
The grid is an idea that could possibly work because they are bringing all of the stuff to one location. And in that sense, if they get known for having, nothing but video game stuff, people will travel to the store. So it's possible they could get better pricing.
But they're more than eBay.
But if they're more than eBay, that's insane. No, I know. If they're more than eBay, nobody's going to pay that. But they might be able to get a premium as opposed to their regular stores.
Dave, we've talked about places before. I mean, there are stores. I mean, you walk into any store that's retail, and you can almost buy any item for less than you on eBay. You can buy it for less, and people still go to retail stores and buy stuff all the time.
I did it this week. I was supposed to go to Amsterdam, and the temperature is 55 degrees, and I was like, dang, I need some warm clothes.
Turtlenecks.
And I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it until yesterday. So yesterday I went to Kohl's, and I spent, way too much money. I spent, $30 a shirt because I just needed them now, and I needed them to all fit right. I didn't, when I use clothes, it dries differently. Some's shrunk, some's not. You don't want to try stuff off at the Goodwill, or on at the Goodwill. They don't wash it. So you have to kind of just buy it. Anyways, so I went and bought retail price clothes, which was kind of crazy. It's not something I normally do. And now I'm not even going, so I guess I'm going to return a bunch of it. Yeah. So that's good.
There you go.
But I keep winning.
Return it.
Carrie, every time I go to that Goodwill you went to in my town, every single time I'm pulling out at least $50 profit in 10 minutes. It's weird.
No, that is weird. Decent Goodwill. Have you gone to that other shop that isn't a Goodwill?
No, because I end up only having time Sunday afternoons, and that place isn't open on Sundays. So I haven't had the.
I mean, my wife's been telling me around
going to thrift stores now, Dave. It's
kind of Callie really likes
North Carolina.
You saw my post.
The Goodwills in North Carolina were not great. I've been.
They're
to
terrible.
Them before. They're not.
Oh yeah, they were not.
And
good
so in Florida. They're uppriced
a
little bit, and for some items, a lot of items from what I've seen.
Yeah, shoes are expensive.
But the quality is there in comparison to other places. So here, there's no quality, but the prices are cheap. So you can get in there if you dig, and you can find something at my local one. But, man, the ones that are close by, it's impossible hard. I mean, it's very hard.
Yeah, we even have a plush bin, one of those cages, the plush cages where it's got 99-cent plush at my Goodwill. So, You can totally make money, but it's crazy because it's like really crowded all the time.
So, Carrie,
There's a
you're
lot
like
of
the
flippers.
expert now. You've been all over the country, not that you, I mean, even in certain areas, like I just said, this one's good, that one's terrible, right? But what is your, what was your sense of the ones? You went to like 3 around the Lynchburg area.
Yeah,
I'm
they weren't that
curious what
bad.
you
I
thought.
felt like in your area, if you went consistently, you would find stuff. You're definitely not going to make a living going only to thrift stores.
No.
Almost anywhere in the U.S. right now, it would be back in the day, especially
Some places
Utah,
in California
you could.
is possible.
With the DI in Utah, you really could a couple years ago. They were bringing out fresh stuff all the time. You could get cartfuls every day. But now I feel like it's just a supplement. It's a good supplement to go along with garage sales. I mean, and there's so many other ways of arbitrage nowadays. You can go online and get a lot more stuff than you could 10 years ago. Quality lots, stuff that you can flip if you have the knowledge, for sure.
That made me really think when I was at FlipCon, the person who inspired me the most, I think, as far as
welcome.
not inspired, but motivated me to try something I gave up on was Osborne to Thrift. Because I actually like selling electronics, and you can make a ton of money on it. And he was talking about the kind of money he makes, the kind of stuff he sells. I'm like, I like selling that stuff. Like, I don't like VCRs so much, but like a lot of the other stuff, like I like looking at electronics and trying to find good electronics and sell them, like receivers and amps and like things like that. I like to sell, and that guy is making a ton on
That
eBay
dude
focusing
is a
on that
master
stuff.
of that kind of stuff. On the live podcast, I forgot to thank Tim Osborne to Thrift for all the VHSs I bought that I never posted because I bought.
You mean VCRs or VHSs?
Yeah, VCRs. I call them VHSs.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Gotcha.
But all of the VCRs
Because you're an
I
idiot.
bought. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And a little aggressive and mean, and I'll cry off camera, but that's okay. I'm just gonna. Oh man.
I think a lot of people started to scale that stuff.
Carrie quit.
Well, I talk about Pete, Craigslist Hunter. He does electronics still to this day and does high-end stuff. But I still love selling VCRs because I like VCRs, and I'll still sell them. I don't care. I'll make $15 to $25 profit.
Terrible luck with them, Kevin.
Well,
Every
you
time I
gotta
get
buy
them, they're
them,
broken.
assuming they're broken, right? You can't pay more than $3,
Yeah.
$4. You just can't, right?
Which
Here's
I
the
did,
thing,
like 5 is the max I'll pay, but
depending on which
If
one.
they're broke, you just blow into them like a NES cartridge, and they'll typically start working again.
I bought a Betamax player that doesn't work, and I never listed it. I should list that. That's worth good money.
I tell you, I wish I would have kept track of these things. Like 5 years ago, I was making a ton of money on VCRs, tons of money, and they still sell pretty good. But the success rate as you buy them has gone downhill because they're getting older and older and older.
It's because resellers have ruined the market.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, maybe to
People
some
creating
degree.
content that's popular on places such as YouTube,
you
garage
know,
sale content, they're ruining the whole market.
I think we should have the
Especially
conversation.
Carrie.
Let's do it right here. So I've never really talked about this before. I mean, everybody's got their little saying. You know, Terry had his little saying about, people ruining whatever. Look, it's true to some degree on two ends. The stores realize that they can bump the prices up a little bit. There's a point where they can't bump it up anymore because I ain't buying it, you're not buying it, right? So there is that point. And I think we're pretty much there in some places. And so they're going to have to do some changes. But the other part is the competition. There's just more and more people reselling. Now, I think the tide has turned on that as well. But, it's real. I mean, let's face it. But you can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's not going anywhere.
I'm a genie in a bottle.
Gotta
They said not to sing anymore.
There's so many other... Is there a sourcing problem, y'all? Do you not have enough stuff to
No,
sell?
I
there's
have
so much
so
stuff
much
out there.
stuff.
Affordable
is
stuff,
just not a
cheap
problem.
stuff. You just have to look in different places.
Different places, find it. Different strategies. Know people. I mean, there's so much stuff.
There's
I got
an
so
endless
much.
amount of strategies. For example, you could create some sort of like fake garage sale around a fictitious uncle or something, and you could get so many goods brought to you. That's one business model.
That's good. I like that. Well, okay, so I went, and I'm part of the problem, because I went to that Goodwill, and I spent way too much on a pair of shoes. Like, when I started thrifting at the Goodwill and, really heavily doing it, like 2010, 2011, the shoes were all like $1.99, right? Every pair of shoes was $2. Now they really mark up the shoes because of people like Harold Tornado. Yeah. And I went in there and they had...
Nickname we can't unveil
We're not going
yet.
to talk about it, but you'll
Next
find out
episode.
next week. Josh's amazing new nickname. It's going to change the world.
It is. It better
probably
catch
get
on.
us canceled.
It
If anything
better
gets us
catch on,
canceled, it's going to be
because
that.
I'm not
hope
calling
so.
them anything else from now on.
Okay, so I bought a pair of Adidas Hardens. A Harden must be a sports guy.
James Harden, basketball.
Okay, yeah, and so I paid $20 for them. They sell for $70, but I paid $20 at a thrift store for shoes, which was the highest I've ever done.
Dave, here's the thing. To a certain degree, as prices rise, it actually limits your competition. And if you know what you're doing, and those are worth 70, and you're willing to pay 20, it actually helps you get higher quality goods. But it's the problem with the thrift stores is, like I did a video on TikTok this last week about them just basically making all T-shirts $7.99. Now a jersey,
it's bull crap.
Yeah,
dude.
a jersey or a certain
T-shirt,
maybe a Robert.
$7.99?
Yeah, it was just all shirts. So it could have been a Robert Graham, I guess, or
go
a
to
jersey.
Walmart and get yourself.
But
a t-shirt.
literally, there was I pulled out a college AP board. It's like a free giveaway shirt they give you in college or something. They wanted $7.99 for that.
College board is high school. AP is high school.
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't remember. I haven't been in high school in like 30, 40 years. But the thing is, like, they just mixed up all of the types of T-shirts together for $7.99, and you know they're not going to sell any of that stuff.
Mine has
to throw it in the garbage, and nobody.
They have a blanket price for all shirts, like I don't know, $3.99, right? And they include T-shirts in there, and then they have a bin full of T-shirts that somehow didn't make the grade for the $3.99 T-shirt, and then they go in the bin. And then they have one rack of clothes that's specially marked. That's my local one. You never used to see the specially marked at all. Which is funny because the specially marked ones are just ridiculous. Like, oh, it's a George shirt, but it's got a tag on it. I'm like, it's like, they're charging more than Walmart would charge.
Well, George is a good brand.
Shirts.
That and Faded Glory, both high quality brands, right?
Sure.
Hey, Dave.
I was trying to find this TikTok. I'm sorry. So I saw someone on TikTok. It was a female TikToker. She does reselling stuff. She went into the Goodwill, and they have two pricing levels for her T-shirts, right? Or her shirts, right? It's like $2 a shirt and for a T-shirt, and then it's like you said, $7 for a non-T-shirt. And she went in there and she had her cart full. Oh, you know who it was? It was she was at the Trash to Cash meetup. She had red hair. She was with her mom. I think she had red hair. Freckles on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it was her. But anyways, the employee decided that what she had her cart full of was normal shirts, not T-shirts, because the fabric was so thick. They were definitely T-shirts, but they had thick fabric, so she wanted to charge her $7 per shirt because the fabric was thick on them. And that's just some bull crap.
All right, so I've got 2 points. So if you let me hear. So 2 points. One is the price of everything has gone up in the last, inflation, right? So I think we're putting, not that prices hadn't been going up for years for thrift stores, but now they have the inflationary price, the price of labor. And so to throw that in there, it's not just the fact that resellers are driving up the prices. I think it's twofold. Oh, wake up. Hey.
I'm not asleep, I was finding the name. I think it was Thrifted Freckles. Thrifted Freckles on Instagram. Pretty sure it was her. Pretty sure. Not 100%. Okay, go.
Okay.
Yeah, all the prices are going up. Go on. But that still doesn't give the Goodwill employee the right to call a T-shirt not a T-shirt.
No, I totally agree. There's my second point.
Ridiculous.
My second point is I think there's people, I actually know one, I'm not going to name them, that they have special arrangements with Goodwill employees. And I know that happens.
Really?
Well, Goodwill
a little
employees
backdoor action.
do that, right? Okay, yeah, something like that. It took a
like
while.
They meet at the
this
back
shit.
door and they sell them something
okay.
out the back. I don't know where your mind
Yeah,
is.
Kevin, please.
Oh, excuse me
This
for
is the
going
Trash
there
to
on
Cash
this
podcast, okay?
of all places.
Please act
Jeez.
as such.
I'm telling you.
Let's bring it up to the adult level, Kev.
Okay, Kev. We're not in high school anymore, Kevin.
My son's in high school though, and what's really creepy is it found out this just today that he can get his permit in 9 months, which is creeping me out. I mean, can you imagine your kid's driving, Kevin?
Yeah, he can come drive for me.
I can't even imagine my kids. Never met them.
He can come driving for me. Okay, so Carrie, you didn't tell us your best sale. Oh, you did. You said you got a card.
Yeah,
Let's talk about your whatnot tomorrow night.
That was a nice
Well,
sale, $100 and something.
Yeah, let's talk about your whatnot. What is your
Which
whatnot
will be
tomorrow?
tonight, because this is coming
Tonight.
out Tuesday morning.
Tonight,
So
Carrie's doing
tonight
whatnot.
we're doing toys
That
and
reminded me of
plushes.
something.
We haven't done it in a long time, like 2-3 months. It's we got a lot of stuff. So we're gonna move some of it.
Are you gonna do the sections on the table, or you're just gonna do item?
No, I'm gonna actually try front facing. I'm gonna use the Magic Maker right here, my face.
I did that with my Harley thing.
Yeah, I think it's more fun. I think it'll be more fun and interactive. I might do choose between 2 items. I'm not sure, but
do that again.
Yeah, so just use this as you will. You can dub something over. I knew you were going to use that.
Dude, you know, one of the musical artists that I like is coming to Vegas. Vegas has all the concerts.
That's why I'm telling you. That's part of why we moved. Because all the concerts.
That's true.
So who is it? Is it 98 Degrees?
I can't. I think it's Ron Pope, actually, or maybe Dermot Kennedy. One or the other.
Are those real
really
people or are those
jams.
names?
Yeah. I like weird music.
Ron Pope and when is what is that band you like? Five for Five.
Five Iron Frenzy. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Kevin's confused. There. Wait, Kevin. No, what we said was the Beatles. Kevin, we said the Beatles.
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin,
what is your okay? So, what kind of concert did your wife take you to?
I gotta make sure I get the name right. Ryan Hurd and Sam Hunt.
Oh, Sam Hunt I've heard of. I've not heard of Ryan Hurd.
I just think you guys are just making up names.
Or is
These
it
aren't
Sam
real
Hurd and
people
Ryan
that
Hunt?
sing.
I don't know. I think I got it right. Keeps me young. She keeps me young. It's good. Hey, I have something to say. I can't forget it because it's already late into this. So, and I told you guys about this. So Nate, Every Day I'm Hustling, who I don't think you guys are aware of, he used to do a show with Anthony Pittsburgh and Ecom and Beyond, or Ecom, I don't know what it's called. But I watched it every day for a long, long time. He died in a car accident the other day. Left a family, young kids. They're doing a charity auction, and then we have this. Remember, I had you guys sign some Trash to Cash hats, and I didn't know what I'd use them for, but I said I'd use them for something, and so immediately that came up. So we sent a signed hat with my name, your name, Dave's name there. Or actually, she put NC Picker. What's his name again? And then Corey, American Arbitrage, I think is what Adventures with Victoria. So if you guys get a chance, go over there right now.
On Wednesday?
I think you could. It's on Wednesday night. Adventures with Victoria. Nana Tink does a show with them too. I don't know if she's on that one, but it's gonna be a bunch of stuff. I sent a hat, Matt Part-Time Pickers with a hat and first edition mug, and there's tons of resellers sending a bunch. All the money is going to the family. So if you get a chance, go to Adventures with Victoria and watch that on Wednesday night.
Okay, and if we and we'll try to put a link down below too. Okay, that's horrible.
They were super nice. That whole group was super nice to me when I was getting started, and they were, always mentioning me and stuff. So I appreciate all of them. And anyway, there you go.
Okay. Okay. Have you guys watched Pro Picker's latest video?
Yeah, dude.
With
He's
all
like
the video
a clickbaiter, like beyond.
No,
you.
dude.
No.
Hold
okay,
on.
I get you for this video.
This
it's
video
true.
game sale.
It's true.
Was insane.
Yeah, he's like, shh, but he was like right there in the middle of it. He was right in the middle of it. It's like
has like
50
people
bin?
there. I was wondering that too. He's like putting them all in his IKEA bag and sell other people. I would have just taken the bin, but that was like, I don't know. Listen. That video, I'm not the kind of guy who watched it yet, but I watched the TikTok for it, and I'm going to watch it. And I don't have hardly any time to watch videos, but I'm going to be watching that one. Just in the TikTok, I was like, holy crap. How is it like all SNES games? And they're fighting over them. I mean, it looks awesome.
It was the
more,
pricing light.
And that wasn't just one bin.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out.
More video games in different bins, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, no, all the bins were full of video games. Like, I'm going to find out, Carrie. I'm going to watch it tonight after this. I've been busy all day trying to get ready to go to Amsterdam, and now I'm not going. So I have time to watch
video first?
I have missed your last two, actually, and I've missed all of Kevin's. So, I mean, come on. Cut me some slack. I got no time.
Dave used to watch my videos. He used to watch them.
I did used to watch them until I got too busy with way too many channels.
Once you get like to the intermediate level, you kind of stop. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm like skilled enough, I don't need your help anymore. I bought enough Tupperware.
You've copied enough of my
stupid
stuff.
whatever those gold bottom pans
on
are.
Ashtrays to realize they're never a good buy. Never.
Revere never sells ware. I've bought enough of that.
Exactly. Well, if you watch my videos, I say you gotta be careful with it now. If the handles aren't really ready to go and stuff, it's not worth the time.
But if you weren't so cavalier with your
telling
everybody to buy it, you wouldn't have to take it back.
I sold that stuff for years and whatever, and then Hustlin' Hooks comes along and they take it like, oh, this is. I'm like, what are you talking about? Man, I've been doing this for years. Y'all act
very
like
bitter.
You did all this,
very bitter. Maybe they just explained
it in a
way that people could connect to.
Yeah, I bought some and it never sold, but I did go through my golf clubs. I went and looked up every one of my golf clubs, and like none of them have any value. Like, let's see. Here's brands not to buy. The non-buy brands of the day. Get my course. But Wilson, not good clubs. And I think it's Spalding.
Oh
Is that
my
a brand?
gosh, you could
don't buy those. Don't buy Spalding or Wilson. All my Spalding and Wilson clubs are not valuable. And also, I don't really think I'm going to be able to sell the ones with rust on them either. I'm not sure why I bought those ones. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely learned I'm bad at picking clubs.
Oh,
what I've learned.
Man, that's terrible.
Did you guys have success this weekend? Because it was like Labor Day. I mean,
I
did
to
really
Hillsville.
bad.
You follow my stories either. I went to Hillsville. I went to the massive
The hills
flea
have
market
eyes.
in Hillsville. Which is,
You were up on the hill, like, watching people walk by.
I'm
Kevin.
Well, I was told by a lot of people
Kevin's
don't go to this thing. It's just a massive flea market and whatever. I'm like, I'm going, but I'm not going to the flea market. I'm going to hit the highways headed in and out of the town, and I did pretty darn good, I have to say.
Okay, you fill your truck?
It wasn't completely full, but it could have been if I would have stayed a little longer. I left a little early.
How many assistants did you bring? Like, how many people were driving you around?
Was Steve running around with you?
I was all by myself.
Oh,
Did
poor
you
Kevin.
do you have like auto drive or something? How did you do that?
I can drive.
Likely story. Okay, so I didn't.
Oh, go ahead.
Carrie.
Go ahead.
No,
I
you
was
first. You went to the
picking-
swap meet.
Yeah, a couple times with the Las Vegas version of Dave, sunny Las Vegas. And
Nice.
we went to flea markets, garage sales. We went to a couple different thrift stores. I found that nice Figment plush. Did you see that Figment plush?
I love that
did.
thing. Yeah,
That was
$50.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was $2.
I've got a much less valuable one back on my shelf over there.
I've been finding Figment a lot lately.
That
Well,
was
dude,
This
you know
weekend I
what?
found
Sonny.
two.
Let's talk about Sonny for a minute. Sonny Las Vegas. I reached out to him like a month ago asking him to design a T-shirt for me.
He said he has.
He never
an idea.
did it.
He said he has an idea.
Well, bring it
I
on,
think
and
he's
I
gonna make it
hope
for you
it's
right
different
now.
than the idea I gave him because I already got commissioned 3 different versions
I wish we could
on
just look.
Fiverr.
I wish we could show the pictures. They're amazing and super funny.
We could show them, but no, I
Put
mean,
it on
it
your
spoils the
Patreon,
shirt
Dave.
idea.
You got to
Put it
show
on
like
your
the
Patreon. Shirt
super
idea.
old, like 90-year-old versions of us and sexy Kevin. That was my favorite.
Listen, stay tuned, guys, because you're gonna have to see these. We could show them to Patreon or something like that. But I got these shirts designed on Fiverr. I paid $80 to one person. It was terrible. I paid $40 to another one. It was terrible. And I paid $100 to a viewer, and that one was pretty good. And that's the one I might use as a viewer one. I'm still kind of like waffling. I don't really want to spend any more money on this, but Sonny says he's got something in the works. So we got to see what Sonny does. I might have to choose between the 3 I have, or Sonny might do something for me. We'll see. The Dave Trash Cash shirt is coming, though. Hey, Kevin, did your shirts come yet? What's the deal?
So my order for the second version is going to be shipped tomorrow. So by the time this podcast gets canceled, they'll be here.
And my
Nice.
shirts are ready to go. They're already ready here. Ready.
But you gotta wait. You gotta wait till I have mine. We'll show them together at the same time. Yeah, it's exciting. Did you empty your car yet, Carrie?
No,
because I feel like you
why
didn't.
would I? Yeah, no. Give me a couple weeks.
So
Give me
did
a couple
Sonny drive
weeks.
to the swap? Hey, I use
Sonny
my
did.
car. I know there's people out there that do what I do. They've got I've got 2 cars. I got like a 280,000 mile car, and I'm just I use it, and when it gets full, I take the other one out, and then I empty this one, and
This
I just
morning-
keep switching them.
Me and Don used the Honda, and I was like, oh, it's kind of embarrassing at this point, but we have to own it. I have to go look behind us, guys. What are we doing wrong? A lot, you know?
Oh yeah, because you're making vlogs every day.
Yeah,
it's
we
like
can't
so
hide it,
embarrassing.
So we have to own it. And to
Yeah.
be fair, I should be the one. I mean, we'll get it up slowly but surely.
This
Hey,
is
you
the
can get it
cars.
up, buddy.
Have you
Go
ever
ahead
walked?
and
you
use
get
that
up.
out of context, please.
Have you ever walked past the car in the parking lot somewhere and be like, "Those people are hoarders"?
Yep.
No, we were on our way home. I think it was in Albuquerque or somewhere in Texas, and we were eating at a sandwich shop, and we watched some young high school kids go by the Honda, and they were just making fun of it hardcore. They were like, "What's wrong with these?" And then they walked in, they didn't know it was us.
They're like, "Oh, they're homeless."
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. So I went to the flea market because I knew based on the sales I was finding that I was gonna have no luck, and so I was like, I'll just go to the flea market because it was a holiday weekend, right? It was a holiday weekend. There wasn't many sales listed. They didn't look good, and I was like, I feel like if I was gonna do the flea market and rent a table, I might do it on a holiday weekend. Personally, if I was gonna do one myself, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go do it on the holiday weekend because I get Monday off. So that was kind of my theory, and it actually did have quite a few people there that were not vendors. And I bought stuff at 9 tables, which is a lot for the flea market to buy at 9 tables. So I think I did pretty well.
Did that
and I
card
met
vendor
this lady.
ever show back up?
who sells. No, he wasn't there. It was weird. The card vendor's not there anymore. But there was this lady there who has like a little bake shop, and she only sells her baked goods at the flea market. You probably saw her, Carrie, when you were there. Yeah. But I finally, like, she reached out. She was like, "Hey, Dave, NC Picker, come here." Like, she knew me, right? And I went and I tried. She made these blueberry muffins with like a cinnamon sugar on the top. They're insane. They're so good. I'm gonna have to like pimp her business and then, maybe get her some people over there.
How much are you gonna cry uncontrollably when the first person in the wild just says, "Hey, are you world's best recipes?" Are you gonna just start bawling?
I've made it. So Dave, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, guys, make sure it happens.
Now that you have more time, the big grab is in South Carolina this week.
What's the big grab?
The big grab. Well, if you're
it's not a yard sale.
Nation Facebook group, it's a 50-mile big giant sale Friday and Saturday, September 9th, September 10th. The big grab.
If only there was like an app or something that I could find.
Some sort of Facebook group.
If only there was GarageSaleNation.net.
Yardaroo.
Go to South Carolina and click that button. You'll find all the information you need.
I think you think South Carolina is closer to me than it is.
It's not. But I'm saying, it's not Amsterdam.
No, it's certainly not. And I'm not going to Amsterdam. I'm so excited about
not
going to Amsterdam.
Week, but I have a couple commitments, so I can't go down there this week.
I'm like a little torn because there's some foods in Amsterdam that I like love. Like there's a rib place that I was looking forward to going to.
There's a lot of things you're missing out on.
Yeah.
Bicycle riding, looking at windmills.
Yeah, a lot of windmills. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm excited. Excited. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's that's really far. That's like northern South Carolina.
Oh, is it?
So it'd be a bit of a haul, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to try to save up my gas for Uncle Mark's garage.
Well, you could come all the way up. You can hit that Friday, Saturday, and then keep coming and spend that week. Of course, nobody's going to be there. They're all being
in Kevin's dream world, is the NC Picker just like a stationary object from the beginning to end of Uncle Mark's?
What?
Like, do you want me there the whole time? From 8 to 1 or whatever?
You don't have to be there the whole time.
But do you want me there, Kevin? I'm asking if you want me there.
He wants to be wanted.
Yeah, I want to be wanted. Tell me you want me.
I want you there. I really do. I want you there. I do.
Sucks for you.
It's good.
Dave's got all the power now.
Somebody has to take the pictures.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, someone's got to hold the baby so you can sign its head, all that stuff.
No, I think people would love to have you there. I think that would be good. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to buy. You get special access. See,
if you join I want early access. That's right.
Which is better than the backdoor access.
Not early. So you can't get in early, but I'm sure there's like a special stash of stuff, not like Amsterdam stash, but like reseller stuff inside the
Commonwealth
house.
Weed joke.
That you can get in,
I think I might just come up there and chill with you on Saturday.
Can film it. Maybe you can make a video. Matter of fact, I'm sure Dave will make a video. Commonwealth Pickers Uncle Mark's garage sale. He'll probably put it out on his shorts channel.
Toilet cam.
Well, now we're canceled. Now we're done.
Show canceled.
It's gonna end anyways after next week. So you
want to play hacky sack though? Like, can we play hacky sack?
Kevin's really good at it.
You might as well do some sales. Actually, I didn't play soccer. I was terrible at hacky sack. So the feet thing, I'm not a good feet thing. It doesn't work.
You're not into feet.
I only play hacky sack when I'm reciting a poem at some sort of a staged event.
So Dave, we could film a Trash to Cash podcast, me and you together. So we would be the ones like sitting together, and Carrie would be.
You have to share headphones.
We could do that in the trip.
Legally obligated at this point.
Yeah, or we could go live.
That'd be kind of cool.
You could go live.
I could go live on
access. I can go live with you guys.
Dave, you
Kevin,
can go live on your shorts channel.
What is the most you'd pay for 70 Disney pins?
Pins, like
at a yard sale.
Pins, like you'd stick on
collectible
a backpack.
Disney pins. Yep, collectible Disney pins. 70 of them. What's the most you'd pay?
Man, I'd have to see them. I'd probably pay $100.
That's it. What about you, Carrie?
We talked about this earlier. We were saying like 2 to 3 per pin. I mean, at the most I would pay for 70. I'd have to look at them and look a few up, but I'd like to be at like 150, but maybe 200 if it was.
That reminds me of something.
Right lot.
Yeah, I paid less than that, but way more than what Kevin said. So, and I'll say this, like, little spoiler.
Are you
alert.
happy with it?
Yeah, we got them all listed this weekend, and I think I'm gonna bring in. I think it was like $675 from my
For 70?
175.
Oh,
175.
yeah, then you did.
Yeah, so that's
You did
you only
good.
lost what then? Like a
You
93,
did good.
25?
But people are gonna get mad
listen.
because there's a goodly portion that are only worth $5, and they're like,
Well,
Dave's selling $5 items
Well,
again.
listen, look at
They're so easy
look
to
at
ship.
the Vinylmation deal. So I think I'm going to bring in around 500, and I paid 120 for that deal. So that's better than what I just described, right?
Well, okay, with the Vinylmation, did you take out some good ones, or did you auction the whole batch?
We auctioned off 80 something, and we individually listed 40 something. And and it's done really well. The auction's still going on, I think. I mean, we're going to make some pretty good money. The auction is well over what we paid for everything. And then those individual ones, we were getting between $8 and $14 a piece. There was like 40-something of them. So there you go.
I'm falling asleep. So were the rest of them not worth $8? That's why you didn't list them, or you just got sick of listing them?
Well, I told Bubba's girlfriend to go through them and literally look them all up and pull the ones out that are $8 or higher.
Okay.
And so that was
so the
40
rest are
of them.
And so you're selling 80 of them on your auction.
Yeah, 80, something like that.
So if they're worth like $5 a piece, it's like at least a $400 value in that auction. At retail, like eBay value.
Yeah.
If they were worth $5 a piece. If they were worth $5 a piece.
Yes. Yeah. And some of them
If
aren't.
they're worth $3 a piece, then it's obviously going to be less, guys. This is math. This is Dave's math of the day. 3 times 80
But it's
is
not worth the
240.
individual. For me, it's not. I mean, that's saying something for me not to individually list something. I mean, you know.
But they're also cute.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about the cuteness
I'm
factor.
surprised those didn't last longer. They've stopped producing those. Those were super cute. I figured they'd be bigger and they'd still be making them.
I posted like a TikTok that just basically was me and this lady calling a plush cute, and it's like at 1 million views.
Wow.
I had a million view TikTok the other day too, and I don't remember what it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Nice. Well,
at
I'm
that.
sure.
I have
can't
500,000
expect you to remember
views
things at your
Instagram.
age. 500,000? Yeah, that's crazy. I've
That's
never
a
heard of
good
such
one.
a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, that's really
you
not
go.
relatable, guys. It's not relatable to talk about the
Yeah,
number of
it's
your views.
unrelatable.
on
You're
Instagram,
the one that brought
Kevin.
it
Why don't you
I
start
would
a
never
course
talk
about how
about my
to do
view
TikToks
count.
and Reels for people, Kevin? Because nobody can relate to that.
I have to brag. I tell
Montego
you
Selections
what. Oh boy, yeah, that's a blast.
commented and said, I've gotten a bit behind, but I just watched this old episode. Thank you, Kevin, for the shout out.
Yeah, Montego Select. Yeah, he's blast from the past. He used to comment on all my videos. Where you been? Come on.
Yeah,
where
he's
you
been
been?
watching Bearded Limoncello.
It's got a lot of good vlogs out right now. I love it.
Okay, what were you going to say? I cut you off.
Who, me?
I don't know. I think I cut
don't
one of
know.
you off. I can't
I
remember
was
which
trying
one.
to look
Carrie,
up
I thought,
what
was
my
saying
auction's
something.
No,
going
I
for.
wasn't.
No,
I can't find
I was
it.
wrong. Someone must have been talking.
And,
Can I still get
first.
bubble bucks? I'm looking at the comments. My bubble boy takes about a week to get to me.
Oh,
that is something
is
that,
Mountain Man Treasure.
yeah,
Well,
and
he
that's
lives in
not.
the middle of nowhere, right? He has these
When
places
I
all over.
lived,
Yeah.
hold on. When I lived in North Carolina, my bubbles took 3 days to get to me.
Not anymore.
Okay, so I know a lot of people say they get them in a day, but there's definitely people who do not get them that quickly. Also, I bought a mystery box from Sir Buys a Lot, Mr. Buys a Lot, and we did get some comments that they're no good. So, you'll have to respond to that comment, Mr. Buys a Lot. But I still haven't gotten a tracking number, so I don't even know if you're sending it. I don't know what's happening here. I think I got scammed by Mr. Buys a Lot. There, title of the episode. Yeah!
He did.
Scammed by Mr. Buys a Lot, or Sir Buys a Lot. What is it, Sir or Mr.?
I don't know.
Is he a
I
sir?
don't know. And does he really buy a lot though? Because I don't
know.
I-
He talks about a lot.
talks about a lot of buys. Where are they?
And a lot of people also were a little suspect of the Tropical Flipper sales numbers. I'm not
look.
saying he's definitely lying, but I would love to see his
I will
solds.
say this. I may have actually went through all of his Instagram pictures to see if there was a single solitary location where all of those records are, and every single picture was like in a different place, a different spot. I'm not making any accusations because I don't know, but I don't know.
I think we need to bring him on the show. I think
we
we
do.
need to grill him.
Because that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff he says he's selling.
It's
Like, it's an
insane.
aggressive amount. And if you ever go on TikTok, he is on TikTok 6 hours a day, live.
Yeah. But somehow still shipping 600 orders
Yeah,
a
I'm
day.
just saying, I don't know. I don't know.
It could be real. He could be super powered. Oh, here's a picture of a lot of records. It's always
Try
great
to
when you buy a
find-
record collection and they took the time to put them in order by artist. This is 85,000 45s. 1 week worth of 45 record orders. So he sells 85,000 records a week.
I don't think do they even sell that many? Where? Where?
5,000 a week.
Where? That's more.
This is like so
Holy
impossible for me to
that's
believe.
like more listens than an artist gets on like Spotify. That's not
You
even.
have to sell like 50 at a time or something to make that. Can you imagine boxing up? That would take all day. Every day.
I want an invite. What I'm asking for is an invite to come tour it and do a video interview. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. That
Is
would
he
be
in
because it's
Florida?
probably true. I don't know where he is, but it's probably true. I just want to see it. I want to see how it even works.
Yeah, I want to know.
Understand that kind of scale.
That would be insane. I'd love to learn about it. It's very fascinating.
Yeah, that's where I stand on it.
$182.50 so far for the Vinylmations, and it's got it ends tomorrow.
Okay, for a collector,
fair.
I think that's a decent buy. That's like a little less than $3 a Vinylmation. So.
Yeah, well, it's 87, so it's actually it's a little worse than that. I mean, better than that for them, worse for me. But we'll see where it ends.
I bought something on Facebook Marketplace via shipping.
Mm-hmm.
I never got an order confirmation. I see no place to find like proof of my order.
Do you remember Facebook Marketplace was like the thing? It was going to be the next like giant. And now it's like nobody
I'm pretty sure
wants
they
to
took
do
the
it,
$80 out of my account, but nothing is like. Where is this thing? Have you ever tried buying something on there?
I've shipped, but I've never bought.
I've never.
I don't know. I don't think it's coming. And I think they have my money. So
I am currently
figure that out.
I am currently not allowed
Credit card.
to ship on Facebook because I canceled too many things. So, but I think I'm back in a couple weeks. I think they'll let me back or something like that.
Well, you canceled them because you were moving.
I
and
was
you never
moving
took
and I
down the
forgot they
listings.
were on there, and it's
Bad
kind of
reseller.
like Mercari. Like the stuff gets I don't know. It's
I just
not
want to point out that
simple.
you two talked more reselling in this episode than I did, which is impressive.
True. We
I'm
had
very
more
good.
to say. I think.
That is true, and you didn't even have anyone to shill.
I think
you
it's
had no
because
sponsors
Dave
or
is
anything?
more. Oh, I shielded them. You just didn't realize it. I said the sponsors for the
Uncle
garage
Mark's garage
sale.
sale.
I snuck
Okay.
them
So
in
wait,
there.
we're sponsoring Uncle Mark's garage sale.
No.
I guess we're paying for all
No.
the food at Uncle Mark's
I'm
garage
paying
sale.
for the
Is that what you're
food.
saying?
Well,
Whatever
you need
the
to send me a
sponsors haven't
taco, save a
covered.
taco, and then donate a taco on my behalf.
It's good. It's a good time. I'm gonna have a little jar for donations for Isaiah House 117, and so
Nice.
that'll be good. We've already made
How many bracelets do you have today, Kevin?
14.
I was thinking,
I already counted
Carrie.
them.
I was thinking of a face tattoo that you would like. I was thinking just do the Ultimate Warrior
Dude,
face
did
tattoo.
you
That
get
would
your
be awesome.
tattoo? Did you get it yet?
No, I haven't.
You
got
should
it.
do
When?
the Bryce Harper, like the black,
Don't.
the eye black or whatever. That would look cool.
Okay, so here's the deal. We have a special guest next week. It's a controversial guest.
Yes.
It may or may not be Rockstar Flipper. You'll have to wait and
May
find
or may
out.
not be.
If you want to support us, I'll put a link to the Patreon
Okay.
down below.
It may be.
It is not required, but if you want to,
It
we're
rhymes
willing
with
to accept your
Prefrey
money.
Razos.
Yes, or Mary Lee. You'll get it. You'll get it at the end. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, go ahead, Kev. You got something
I
to
was
say
just
before
going
we
to
go?
say, Ray Nashville Flippers says that he has more viewers of his podcast than we have of ours.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
That is false.
Okay, thank you
Yeah,
guys
it's a
for watching.
challenge.
We'll see you next time.